All right, I want to look at silver again today. We had a chance to possibly break out above this resistance. I knew there was going to be some kind of attack at that level by the bullion banks. As I said in my previous video, they're still pretty heavily short on their gold and silver positions, so they're going to continue to try and manipulate this market um, and take it down so they can get out of their shorts. Um, we knew there would be an attack here. We knew the banks were not just going to allow this to break out above that resistance. And and yesterday, of course, we did see uh, the early morning pop above $30 was beaten back down. And of course, this morning we've got a major attack underway in gold and silver both, and and the mining stocks. So we're stuck still. We're still stuck in this big consolidation box. So um, there's really no way to trade this kind of action successfully. You're basically forced to try and second guess when a market or when the market's going to have a pop higher, and then you got to second guess when the banking cartel is going to attack it, and without being privy to their um, plans, there's just no way to do that. So you just end up getting whipsawed over and over and over, and that's what's happening here. And that this is kind of why I urged all of my subscribers to um, change strategies. Trying to trade this is not working. It's just too volatile and too erratic, and we're not able to second guess when the banking cartel is going to attack the metals. So the only way that successful way that I can say to guarantee that you're going to make money off this is to just buy a stash of physical silver and then just hang on to it for the next 4 or 5 years. You do that, you're probably going to be up 500 to 1,000%, and you will end up having made money. On the other hand, trying to fight with the banking cartel and second guess when a rally is going to occur and when the cartel is going to come in and attack it and end that rally, you're just going to end up with whipsaws, and probably over the next 4 or 5 years you will make little to nothing, or you will lose money. Now, at some point, this market will start to trend again, and it will be turn into something where we can make some money. But as of today, anyway, there's no sign that that's about to happen. Um, Let me go over to gold. The cartel is attacking gold again today, and they've again got it back below 1850 and back below the 10-day moving average, which is starting to roll over again. So um, just you know, you look at the long-term picture. This is just a very difficult, very erratic market. Almost impossible to make money trading this thing. You're just going to get whipsawed back and forth. Um, so just not a market that's going to be conducive to making any long-term profits. You might make a little money on a rally, and then on one trade, and then the next trade you just give it all back. So just take a step back, look at what's happening. This is not a market that's trending. This is a very choppy, erratic market, one that's going to be very difficult to make money in. On the other hand, this is a market that is trending. And as I've said many times in the past, I'm I'm convinced that once we broke out of this consolidation right here, that we've started the second phase of a bubble, the melt-up phase. And it looks to me, we got some follow-through today, it looks to me like we probably put our daily cycle low in yesterday, and now we're starting the advancing phase of another daily cycle. So as this would be technically uh, the last day of the cycle, then this would be day one. So basically, you're in, at this point, you would be in very early about as early as you can get, other than just getting lucky and guessing at the bottom in a new daily cycle. I don't see anything yet that would indicate to me that the bubble is ready to pop. I think we've got to have that final melt up phase where you start to see everyone and their cousin day trading stocks, thinking that they're going to get rich, and I don't think that's here yet. And the last couple of months, with that kind of sentiment, can produce some really big gains really quick. So that's potentially what could happen right here. As I said, if we can recover from this daily cycle low and do it very quickly, um, it's going to convince the retail novice day traders that there's no risk in the market, and then that's kind of what drives a bubble phase. Is you get these unsophisticated investors that are willing to place market orders and buy at any price. So you get these big spreads between the bid and ask, and the retail traders are willing to hit that big spread, and that's what creates these big um, wild moves higher in that final melt up phase. It's not unusual at all for the final melt up phase to do 50% or more in the last 2 or 3 months of a bubble. So if you look at a big picture, it's clear this is where the trend is. This is where it's easy to make money, as opposed to looking at the metals chart. There is no trend here at this point. This is very erratic. The banks are attacking any type of momentum move. You get a momentum move here, they immediately beat it back down. Same thing here again today in silver. So a very difficult market to make money in, one that's trapped in a mostly sideways grind, as opposed to a market that is in a strong trend and probably in the final melt up phase of a bubble. So again, I brokered a pretty good deal for physical silver prices. I think that's the strategy you need to use to actually make some money in the metals market. Something that you can just take a long-term position and hold on to it for the next 4 or 5 years. Um, that that deal is available for all SMT subscribers. If you want to subscribe to the premium newsletter, I'll put the link in the description below.